today's video, I'm going to discuss something that is controversial, and that is the current American economic, cultural and military behemoth the greatest empire in the history of the world? If you are new to this channel, let me introduce myself. My name is Osama. I'm a pharmacist working in England, and on this channel we like to talk about economics, philosophy, technology and related things like that. Welcome. So I have been thinking about making this video for a few months now, so I am glad I have been able to get around to finally filming this. So even though the United States is far from a perfect country, when compared to previous empires throughout history, I think America is near the top, if not the top of the table. So I'm going to divide this video into 4 different sections. Military and technological strength, social and cultural influence, economic might through oligarchical corporations, and future outlooks and threats. Number 1. Military and technological strength. In terms of military and technological abilities, the United States is more or less unmatched when it comes to this field. No other state has control of the world's oceans or as many overseas bases as the United States. Add to this the development of the US Space Command, and this brings another domain that the US is competing for dominance in. The military and industrial complex of the United States is also unmatched when it comes to technological achievement and funding. Number 2. Social and cultural influence. When it comes to soft influence around the planet, American films, dramas and music are amongst the most popular, and their penetration within the psyche of people is far-reaching. American ideals and values are propagated far and wide using this vector of soft power. Take for example the Black Lives Matter movement and how this spawned a wave of protests across the Western world. Societal trends that start in the US eventually spread around the world within a few years. Number 3. Economic might through oligarchical corporations. Lastly, and most importantly, the United States has succeeded where all other empires have failed. In the 21st century, the most valuable commodity is data, and the United States has unfettered access to data that weaves through all our lives. Google is more or less the internet. Amazon dominates e-commerce. Meta has a huge grip on social media. Take Apple for example. They recently hit a market valuation of $3 trillion, which is absolutely crazy. This is more than the entire UK GDP. To put it bluntly, the size and power of these corporations is unmatched by anything else that has gone previously in history. All these companies seem to fit together like a highly efficient conglomerate which feeds off the data streams generated by the world's citizens. No other empire has had such access to huge numbers of people. The penetration and monopolistic nature of these hugely successful corporations, in my opinion, is why I think the US has to be ranked amongst the greatest empires of all time. Lastly, I'd like to talk about the future outlook and threats to the dominance that the United States currently enjoys. The cost of running such a sprawling empire is not cheap. At last count, total American debt was a staggering $25 trillion with absolutely no chance of it being paid off. A controlled devaluation of the dollar is the most likely outcome. Social unrest and division and talk of a second American Civil War is all brewing. On top of all of this, China is poised to overtake the US on several metrics, such as GDP and certain aspects of military strength. Having said all this though, the enduring presence and resilience of these mega corporations seems untouchable at present. They are so embedded within the fabric of civilization that it seems hard to see how they will ever be dislodged. So that was my video essay as to why I believe the US is amongst the most dominant empires ever not so much because of their hard power, but because of their financial reach and dominance within society. So anyway, let me know what you think. If you agree or disagree, comment your thoughts down below. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Look forward to seeing you all next time. See you for now. Bye.